Hello, this is Charlie. I haven't made a video in a while, but I've been really busy. I decided to make this video about, well, basically, how we know that God is real. I know this is a huge topic, but it has to be talked about. So, is God real? Well, before we have to talk about God, we should start around with, well, concepts. Let's take the concept like infinity. Infinity is a very complex concept, For example, if someone asks you to walk an infinite distance, one step at a time, how long will that take? Well, the answer is you'll never get there. So if someone asks you instead to write out infinity, like you take a huge sheet of paper and just start writing a 1 and then put a 0 and another 0, and you could just keep going and putting lots and lots of zeros, what number would you get? You would not reach infinity, even if you kept writing for a bazillion years. So you can already see the concept of infinity being a problem, because you'll never ever reach infinity, no matter which direction you go. And this is exactly the problem when someone says that the physical realm in which we live has always existed. That would mean the physical realm has existed for an infinite number of years, and that's just not possible. So no matter how many years anything has existed, it is never infinite. Even if someone says time is cyclical, so like it repeats and goes backwards and it'll repeat itself, that still can never be infinite, because there will never be an infinite number of cycles, no matter how many cycles it goes through. This means even if one universe spawns out of another or morphs into some different thing, it still means that there has to have been an absolute beginning at some point. We cannot say the physical realm has always existed. And since time and space are integrally connected, this means that something outside of this time and space must have made time and space in the first place. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here at all today. Okay. I know what a lot of you people are probably thinking and probably saying right now. You're probably going to say, if this something is God, then who made God? Okay, well, this is how I think of it. Imagine a giant movie film strip that is all unrolled in front of you. You see the first frame and the last frame of the movie, and every frame in between. Well, if God's the creator, then this is how he sees time. Well, people are inside of this movie strip, experiencing life at one moment or another. God, who made everything, is outside of this strip. He's seeing everything all as one. So there is no before or after within God's existence. There's no step-by-step progression for him. So because his reality encompasses everything, past, present, future, well, that means he's always existed, and that he can see through and after time without having to be interacting directly with it. So another way I see this is if God had a beginning, this would mean that there was a moment in time when God did not exist, because he would have to come into existence at a beginning. But at this moment of time when God did exist, and this would mean that time is larger or more inclusive than God himself, which is just silly, because obviously God would be bigger than time itself. So, if time is a part of the physical universe, and therefore part of God's creation, then it cannot pre-exist God. Beginning and end only apply to things within time, inside of God's creation. So there's no such thing there's no such thing as talking about God who made time in the first place. There's no such thing as a before God or an after God, because God has always existed, because he needed to create the universe in order for time to exist. So as you can clearly see, in order for the universe to have even begun to exist at all, God needed to make it. So I hope that wasn't too hard for some of you to understand, because this really does help explain the truth about how God really does exist. Because as you can clearly see, God would need to exist in order for the universe to be existing at all. So this is absolute proof for God. I hope you enjoyed this very, very good argument for God, because I really think that this is a great argument for God, because it clearly shows how God has to exist in order for anything to exist at all. Before I stop, there was this one guy who I tried to lead away from sin. His name was Draco Lord 121. Well, he blocked me because he just wanted to close his eyes to God. Like, I tried to help him, but then he basically said that he doesn't believe in God or the Bible, and then he said some very, very inappropriate things. I'm not going to repeat them. So please pray for Draco Lord 121 so that he may find God and overcome sin. God bless.